In this box is an attention-grabbing e-bike with a 750 watt motor that can go up to 1500 watts. It can propel you up to a quoted 31 miles an hour.
30, 31, 32.
Today we're going to be unboxing and building the bike together and looking at all the components up close. Right after that, we're going to take it outside for a good test ride where I'm going to test all of these. If you're interested in checking this bike out or maybe purchasing one for yourself, the first link in the description will take you right to their website. And if I can get my hand on a discount code to save you guys a little extra money, it'll be right underneath the link. All right, enough of that. Let's free this beast and see what's inside the box. So what happens when I do this? Well, that was underwhelming. There it is. Look at these tan wall tires. These look sick. Let's get all the zap straps off. Oh, kickstand. Looks like we gotta install the shock. Keys, crank on this side. So other than the rear shock, I think that's all the padding. Nice. Starting in the back, you get a set of Chow Yang 20x4 gum wall off-road tires. Inflate to 20 PSI max. You get a set of mag wheels that are a little bit heavier, but they're so much stronger than spokes. And you'll never have to true them. They're always gonna stay straight. The derailleur is a 7-speed Shimano tourney derailleur covered with a cage. You get a 7-speed Shimano cassette and a really nice gold chain. Marking on the motor is a PY 48 volt by 20 inch tire. Rear fenders come pre-installed. And you get a nice big chain ring that should take us up to 30 miles an hour and some unbranded cranks. Let's install this rear shock here. There we go. That was easy. So it looks like we get a coiled shock with a decent amount of travel here and a nice rubber bumper for bottom out. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm gonna take this battery out and put it on the charger so we can ride this bike as soon as possible. Charge up that battery, we're gonna need to find the charger, probably in here. What do we got? Owner's manual, 2 more spare keys, a lock, pedals, axle for the bike, tools, charger, most likely, 160 millimeter rotor. And these are thick. With the G60, looks like we get a 48 volt, 18 amp hour battery. And the charger you get in the box is labeled at 54.6 volts at 2 amps. So a completely dead 18 amp hour battery is gonna take 9 hours to charge with a 2 amp charger. Hopefully I've got some juice in the battery already. I really wanna ride this bike today. So we've got an on-off switch here. Here's our charging port, power indicator here at the top. Let's see if we've got juice. Oh yeah, we've got the juice. Let's top it up so we get a full charge. Top up, buddy. Okay, time to put the handlebars on. Handlebars on, we'll adjust it when we sit on the bike. There we go, all snug. Okay, so the axle here has 2 spacers on either side. 1 large spacer and 1 skinny spacer. As far as I know, with all the bikes I put together, the skinny spacer goes on the disc side and the large spacer goes on the side with no disc. We are in. We gotta pump these tires up. With this? With this. Let's go with 18 PSI in the front and full 20 PSI in the back. Time for the front fender and headlight to go on, like so. Fender's on straight, headlight is on straight. Little tab here, put them together, easy. There we go, pedals on. The seat you get on this bike is a brown leather look-alike. Nice, soft bench seat. Yeah, pretty cushy. Triple crown fork up front with compression controls and preload here. Integrated headlight, front fender, and hydraulic disc brakes. 160 millimeters front and back. The handlebars are BMX style, nice and high. Should get us in a nice, comfortable riding position. Let's plug this battery in and check out the controls. Nice big center display. So starting from the left, we've got pretty hard plastic ergonomic grips, headlight button, turn signals left and right, horn. We've got a key to start it up. I'm assuming this will actually show us the voltage. Then we've got our display, hydraulic disc brake levers, feel pretty good. 7-speed Shimano shifter, half twist throttle, and little nubbin of an ergonomic grip. We'll see how they feel. They look all right. Okay, so putting in the key, turn the bike on. Up here shows us the voltage of the battery, 53.6. We're almost at full charge. 54 volts should be full. We've got our headlight indicator here. Headlight on, headlight off. Actually shows you if it's on or off with that blue light. That's pretty handy. We've got our turn signals. You actually turn them both on at the same time, and there's indicators here to tell you that they're on. Really nice. Horn? Actually pretty loud. And let's have a look, see what it looks like when you turn on the bike. Turning the key now. So a pretty retro looking display here. It's all glossy everywhere around, but then you've got these really bright green and red analog numbers. Looks pretty cool. Okay. So the S button on this side here looks like it goes through all the pedal assist modes. 1, 2, 3. We've got a battery meter here, shows us how full the battery is. Looks like we've got an odometer here. Don't see any other buttons. Yeah, it looks like it's just a pretty basic display. We'll play with it outside. All right, guys, finally time to ride this thing. Here's the HappyRun Tank G60 without a battery. So let's unplug this thing. We got a full charge out of it. Made sure it's turned on. Battery full. Nice. Okay, put that in there. We're gonna lock it up. Key in the ignition. Let's take it outside. Oh, I'm gonna bring the manual in case this thing is locked at 20 miles an hour. This should probably tell us how to unlock it all the way up to the quoted 31 miles an hour. Let's see what this thing's got. Okay, test ride time. We've got a full charge on the battery, 53.6 volts. I actually think 54 volts is fully charged on a 48 volt battery, but correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. Here we go. We got horn. Working. Yep. Ready. Full battery bars. Oh, this is cool. When you hold the brake, it actually shows you that you're holding the brake, so it's not ready to go. Just cuts it off. That's pretty cool. Let's start in mode 1. See what this thing's got. Let's start our GPS speedometer just to see if this thing's honest. You guys ready? Let's rock. So it shows 12 miles an hour on the GPS, 11. So it looks like they're bang on. Nice work, guys. I like it when bike companies stay honest with the speed here. All right, since we got a full battery, let's go to the bottom of the big hill and hill climb time. You guys know the drill. Here's our fire hydrant. I'm gonna put the bike into mode number 3, which should be the fastest. I've got a full battery charge, 53.6. I weigh 185. I've got about 5 pounds of gear on me, helmet and everything. Let's go throttle only. Let's see what the HappyRun Tank G60's got. So 16, 15, 12, well, 10, 11. Well, it's doing it. It's not the fastest or torquiest hill climber I've ever been on, but 12 miles an hour up, about a 15% grade here. You can see the voltage dip here, so it shows 48.6. Got down to about 10 miles an hour here at the very top of the hill. So it did the hill climb, and this is a hill that you're gonna see pretty much anywhere, right? It's not super steep, but it's steep enough to give an underpowered bike a hard time. This did it no problem. I didn't have to help it at all, and we got up here. Let's check out what speed we can get from these pedal assist modes here. So I'm in pedal assist mode number 1. Let's see what kind of speed we get throttle only. There we go. Power just shut off here. I'm staying at around 12 miles an hour. Let's go to mode number 2. And this road is perfectly flat here, so I'm not going up or down. Looks like we're getting to about 20 miles an hour. So that's pretty handy. Number 1 will kind of get you around pedestrians. Number 2 locks you out at 20 miles an hour, so you're nice and legal on bike paths and in the city. Let's see what kind of speed pedal assist number 3 will give us. Again, this road is perfectly flat. Let's see what we get. 20 miles an hour already. 24, 26, 27, 28, 20. Can we get 29? Now we're starting to go downhill here. Well, we got up to 28. It's not bad for a little bike at 1,100 bucks and change. I believe this bike's on sale right now for $1170 something. I mean, that's really good for an 18 amp hour battery, which is really big. 750 watt motor. It's not the torquiest motor out there, but that's good for battery life. The torquier the motor, the more power they drain from the battery, the quicker your battery is going to get depleted, right? So if you're looking for range, keep the speed to a minimum and the acceleration to a minimum, and you're going to get the absolute most out of your battery. Oh, we got a power walker here. Check this one out. Power walking. Let's see if it'll take us all the way up to 30s. Yeah, there we go, 30 miles an hour. But it looks like it's not helping us anywhere past this speed here. So 31, there you go, 31 miles an hour downhill. That might be what they're quoting as the downhill speed, right? The bike's really not helping me at all past 31 miles an hour, which is totally fun. 30 miles an hour is still pretty good. Man, this bike is actually really comfortable. The suspension's really working. It's springy, and so is the front. Pretty comfy. Traveling. So I'm gonna stick to the bike path today, guys, because our test ride island is covered in fog and we won't be able to see anything. We're gonna get to a spot where it's nice and flat and see what this bike is like to pedal. But before we get to the flats, we gotta climb here. This is probably one of the steeper sections I have around my house. It's over 20%. It's super steep. Not a lot of bikes can make it up this, so I don't think this bike's actually gonna make it. I'm gonna go in pedal assist 3 for as long as I can. If I get to 5 miles an hour, I'm gonna start pedaling and give it a little bit of help, okay? Let's see what it's got. So throttle only. We're at 20% here. 7, 6, 5. There you go, let's help it out a little bit. This is super steep, but I've got it in gear number 1 right now. I'm just barely giving it a little bit of help and it's making it up. There you go. Barely helped it. So pedaling actually helps quite a bit. On that note, we've made it onto the flats. Let's see what this bike's like to pedal. So from a dead stop here, I've got it in pedal assist number 3. Let's start pedaling. You get power pretty quickly, actually. So here, you might even be able to hear it. I'm gonna start pedaling now, getting power. Pedaling now, getting power. Pedaling now, getting power. So yeah, the power is pretty much instant. Same with the throttle. Really responsive, there's no lag at all. That's actually pretty nice. So is this bike comfortable to pedal? I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 10 on the pedaling. These moped-style e-bikes, they're not designed to pedal, right? It's almost like they just have pedals just to get you home in a pinch if you run out of battery juice, or just to stay legal on the bike path. You know, there's no adjustability on the seat, right? Have a look. The seat kind of goes up on an angle. But like I said, the seat's nice and wide, right? It's not like a regular bike seat. So when your legs are coming down, you're actually rubbing against the side of the seat. That's why it's got a throttle. And this is where the bike shines. I think it's a super comfortable bike. It handles really well. It's not super long, so it's very zippy and responsive. So if you guys live in a place where you gotta zip through cars, or you know, zigzag through cars, zigzag through alleyways, if you gotta store the bike in a closet or somewhere pretty tight, you're not gonna want a long bike with a super long wheelbase. So this is gonna be perfect for that. One thing I gotta say though is that the motor's actually pretty quiet. I can barely hear it. I think I hear the tires more than I hear the motor. Yeah, I hear the wind rushing past my ears and the tires a little bit more than I hear the motor. So that's pretty nice. Time for a brake test. I'm gonna apply the brakes right here and see if we can stop before the camera. So let's turn it around, get it up to top speed, which is 28 miles an hour, and then slam on the brakes when I get to that sign. Should be able to hit top speed from here. All right, let's go. 23, 25, 26, and braking out. Nice. Not too bad. Came to a stop in about 20, maybe 25 feet. There's our sign. There's where the bike stopped. Pretty good feeling brakes. I love this gold chain. This is so cool. So like I said, the bike is super responsive. It's pretty balanced, right? I've got no problems taking my hands off here, right? There's no wobble, there's no nothing. The tires are properly seated right out of the box, which is really nice. Acceleration time. Pedal assist number 3. I weigh 190 pounds with all my gear on right now. Got a nice flat set of bike lane. Let's go. 22. 24, 25, there you go, top speed already. So it's not bad. It's not the torquiest motor back there, and it's a 48 volt system, right? So it's comfortable to ride. It's not gonna shoot you out the back. No problems here. The other thing I like about the throttle here is that on some of the other cheaper bikes I've ridden lately, it's just on off. You just get to a point where it just engages and it just gives you all the power right away. So it's really jerky. With this one, I can just pull back a little bit and it's giving me a little bit of power. Pull back all the way, it's giving me all the power, which is actually really nice to see on a $1,100 bike right now. So even in pedal assist number 3, just getting a little bit of power, right? I can totally control the speed of the bike. Let's see what this thing's got on the downhill. Okay, let's go. 28, 30, 31, 32, 33. But yeah, as soon as I get to 31, just the motor just cuts off. Might just be the way that the gears are inside the motor. It just won't go past 31. All right, I'm down to 1 battery bar, guys. We've done 11 miles. I'm down to 43.5 volts on the battery. That's probably pretty low because I think the fully drained 48 volt battery is about 40 volts, so we're down there. We're about 46 if I'm not using the throttle, and it's starting to rain quite a bit, guys. So there you go. That's the G60 from HappyRun. Really fun bike, really zippy, very easy to maneuver. It's fast. It gets up to 28 miles an hour, no problem, on its own power. Climbs hill pretty decently. But I mean, what do you expect, guys? It's 1,100 bucks and change right now on sale. There's a link for it in the description if this is a bike for you. If not, this bike here might be more of what you're looking for. I'll see you guys in the next one.